My husband didn't just break the silence. He became it. We were locked inside thinking the walls would save us. But Oakhaven doesn't break into your house. It breaks into your mind. I stood paralyzed as the knife drawer in the kitchen clicked shut. Mark walked into the hallway. He wasn't the man I married anymore. His movements were jerky, synchronized to a beat I couldn't hear. He held that serrated blade Mrs. Gable had given him, the one he was supposed to use on her. I whispered his name. He didn't blink. He just stared at the ceiling and let out a sound that haunts me. A wet, guttural click in the back of his throat. He said, "The punchline is coming, Sarah. We can't keep the neighbors waiting." I peeked through the blinds again. The 300 people on our lawn, the sheriff, the baker, the kids from the park, they hadn't moved an inch. Their heads were still tilted back, throats offered to the moonlight like white marble pillars. Then the tapping started. Not a bang, not a shout. Just hundreds of fingernails clicking against the siding of our house. Tick, tick, tick. It sounded like a giant clock counting down to 0. They weren't trying to get in. They were inviting him out. Mark walked to the front door. I grabbed his arm, screaming for him to stop, but his skin was ice cold. He looked at me, and for a split second, I saw his eyes roll back. He whispered, "It's a quiet town, Sarah. Don't be the only noise left." He threw the deadbolt. The second the door swung open, the tapping stopped. The silence that followed was heavy. It felt like it was crushing my chest. The crowd on the lawn parted. They created a path straight back to the town square, back to that candlelit table. Mark stepped out, his chin tilted to the sky, and began to march. 300 people turned in unison to follow him, their footsteps hitting the pavement as one single deafening thud. The house is empty now. I'm standing in the doorway, and the silence is starting to feel comfortable. My neck is starting to ache. I can feel my chin wanting to drift upward toward the moon. I have a flare gun in the emergency kit. One loud bang, one bright light. It would break the ritual, but I don't think I'd survive the aftermath. If I fire it, I'm dead. If I follow them, I'm gone. The town is waiting. What happens if I make the loudest noise this graveyard has ever heard? Tell me in the comments if you want the final part.